Welcome back, my beautiful earth soul. I lost my way for a while when it comes to romanticising my life. One of my human design gifts is to make life beautiful. I used to think this was a flaw. We're often taught people who like everything to be extra special or beautiful or perfectly styled or designed are vain or self-centered or too bothered about how things look. But that story comes from people who don't understand the need to make everything around them beautiful. Recently, I've been prioritising 3 areas of my life. One of these is to romanticize and bring as much main character energy to every situation as possible. Life is my movie, and I'm here playing the main role.
One of my absolute favourite things to do is to have coffee on the deck in the morning with the sunshine. Just fills my heart with such joy.
Bringing this energy for me also means acknowledging the people around you who are also part of your movie. Every movie needs more than one character, and often like a series, you're all overlapping into each other's movies.
We have come to the Rock Box tonight for some food. It's like the last weekend that it's here, and there's a band on, so we're just gonna have like really chill night, meet some friends. We're bringing main character energy and we're bringing fully romanticising life. It's not sunny, but that is not going to dampen our moods whatsoever. Cute sunset vibes with a little rosé. As much as I am romanticising the rest of my life, I still struggle slightly with this concept of, and it is in my human design, as I mentioned earlier, that I just love to make everything beautiful. Right now, I still don't feel beautiful myself. And I think I have spent my life believing that I am not, that I am fat, that I am ugly, that I don't deserve to be thin, that all of that stuff. And I have spent the last, since February, so February, March, April, May, June, July, August, 6 months breaking all that down. And that has taken, let's say 30-ish years to become a belief system in my subconscious mind. So 6 months, there is still gonna be times when that belief system comes over and still makes me feel like I am not beautiful. I just tried a dress on for Mike, and I had this story built up in my mind of how I wanted the situation to go. Like, he wasn't in the room, I tried the dress on, I felt really good in the dress, and he didn't acknowledge that I was wearing it. And I took that fact that he didn't acknowledge I was wearing it and made that into me not being beautiful, because my belief system made me believe. My subconscious mind took that story, no matter how I felt about myself, no matter anything else, took that story and made me believe that it was right. I think sometimes it's just a journey that we're going through. It's about understanding how different things make us feel and how different moments break down into being conscious and subconscious beliefs. I think main character energy can come from anything, even down to just wearing your very favourite loungewear around the house. It's actually what I'm working in today.
The second area I've been prioritising is food. I've always known that food has an impact on how I feel, but I've never had a good enough relationship with myself to take action on this. Mike and I have been really focusing on eating good, organic, home-cooked food as much as possible. I absolutely cannot focus on creating my most beautiful life, being the main character, setting boundaries, and all those other good things when I don't feel good from the inside out. I'm choosing not to share what I eat videos, as I've spent so many years using these as punishment. Instead, here are a few of the meals that we've been eating recently.
What have we got? chicken salad.
We got kebab style chicken with a salad and a couscous.
Nice. Got our good pair days wine box and some of the rosé.
That's from good old days as well.
Good pair days.
Good old days.
Good old taste test. Oh, that's a nice one.
Is it? Sweet.
The third area I'm focusing on is movement. This is how we're starting out. Let's see if there is any difference. You're in the mirror. But let's see if there's any difference by the time we've done the 6 weeks. We're about 10 days into the adding exercise journey. I worked a wedding yesterday, so I definitely am chunkier than I was. I always put about 2 pounds, 2.5 pounds on at a wedding. I still have this big tire that I'm trying to get rid of, but I've decided, it looks so much worse on the front. I've decided to try and do couch to 5k, which I know is probably a mental idea. We're still exercising. We completed our week 1. This week we have missed a day, so we're going to have to do double up on a day basically, but one of them's like a 10-minute workout, so that's fine, we can add that in. I've got to my lowest weight so far, apart from overnight. It's just the amount of food that I eat, so it's not like it'll be off in a couple of days. But I got to X stone, which I'm not telling you the stone, 9.6 I think, which is my lowest weight for a really, really, really long time. Every time it goes down a pound, like, I'm celebrating those tiny, tiny little wins, because why not? Why not celebrate every single pound in like a joyous way? Yeah. Let's try to catch 10k. We've got a treadmill here, so I'm going to try the treadmill. I'm coming to the gym because I feel like I've had a bit of a rubbish day and I want to see if this makes me feel better. I'm just climbing over stuff because we're just basically in a shed. So yeah, thought I'd do a little run, see how it made me feel. Maybe some strength training afterwards with Mike, but he's, I think, working late. I love making things beautiful. I love romanticising my whole life. I love trying to make everything feel amazing. Sometimes you just have to accept that you've had a bad day, tomorrow's a new day. Move on. Hi treadmill, today's another day. Let's get going. Week 2. Is there any difference from last week? Whoa, now today now. I just did catch to 5k on day 4, which was tough. I was running for like a minute and a half at a time. I really struggled with it actually, because like I got to the minute and a half and the first time I did the minute, like, it wasn't too bad, but I got to the minute and a half and by the end I was like pressing the button to go back to walking again. But I did it, and I just, in the process of doing it, I was like, how am I ever gonna be able to run like for a full 30 minutes ever? But at the same time, I ran for a minute and a half 6 times, so I don't think I've done that ever in my life. And then we came straight and did a strength class, and now I am literally exhausted. It's raining and I'm stood out in the rain. Okay, it's now week 3 of movement and weight loss before Ibiza, and things were going so well. They were going so well. I got my big water bottle back, which I haven't done for about 4 days,
which actually prompted me to start recording this again. This is like a game changer for me. I have to drink the whole thing every day. It makes movement easier, it makes weight loss easier, everything. This is like vital to my life. So where am I? I have been doing Couch to 5k. However, the other day I was on my 4th run. I'd had a really busy weekend. So at weddings, we can easily do 8-9 miles of walking, literally just round and round and round to the wedding venue, which is about just under 20,000 steps. And I basically did that for like 3 days because it was a 3-day event, and I was physically exhausted. I hadn't drunk enough water. I'd been eating awfully. So I'd had wedding food, I'd had cake, I'd had just everything that you can imagine. Sausage rolls. I think I had 2 sausage rolls in one evening. Like, ugh. I'm not going to feel guilt, because I think that is really unhealthy behaviour to have. So this isn't for me about feeling guilty. It's just about acknowledging where I am on this journey and why stuff happens. So like, I can tell shoulders, arms, all down here, that I'm getting more definition. I'm still losing weight. I've got folds in places that were never there before. I'll show you some of them later, but I am moving in the right direction. But I'd got to, I'm not going to tell you the exact stone, 6.1 pounds. Then that was on the Saturday. By the Monday, I was stone 12. So in that period of the wedding, I put 6 pounds on. I think my body reacts so differently because I've got hormonal issues and I've got polycystic ovaries, which means I probably have insulin resistance and a few different things like that. But my body reacts so quickly to putting weight on. Like, it just stores it, especially if I haven't been drinking my water. So like, I'm still doing loads of work, I'm moving loads, I'm eating more than normal, but not like an excessive amount, whereas I would gain 6 pounds, you know. Yes, there's still some food moving through my system, but actually it's not been dropping again. So what day are we on now? We're on Thursday, and I think I mean, it has dropped a bit, but I'm down to 9. Yeah, 9. Stone 9. So it went on in the space of 2 days, and it's so slowly coming back off again, which feels like super frustrating because like, I put so much effort into moving, and I just have to accept that it's like my body and how it works, and it just kind of is what it is. Now, I didn't gain any inches off my body because I do my measurements every week, but I also didn't lose any this week, which, considering during the week I'd lost a fair few pounds, 5-ish pounds, I'm toning my body to not lose any measurements, was a little bit disappointing, especially as I feel like I have, like, the one place this week that feels the most different is my boobs. Like, they feel like they've shrunk, but there was no change. So it just is what it is. I'm still doing movement. So we didn't do any from Thursday to Monday. We didn't do any apart from working. And Monday we were just both so exhausted, like I couldn't then add movement in because I was just too tired, like full body exhausted. On Tuesday, I went back to my day 4 of my Couch to 5k. So you're supposed to do 3 days a week. I'd done 3 days. No, I'd already done 4 days. So I'd done 4 days the week before. I was on day 5. I didn't finish it. My body felt perfectly capable. Like I felt strong enough, I felt like I could run. But since I've been very young, I have got shin splints. So I used to get it when I was at PE at school. I used to get it just like walking around uni. Like it's something I've always suffered with, and it came back with a vengeance. And so I managed about 20 minutes of walk running, and I just couldn't go another step. Like my whole leg was throbbing. I watched a really interesting video, which I will link down in the description. It's literally an actual leg, so a bit of a trigger warning, but it does kind of make sense. So we did some strength training instead that day. I'd been doing both, to be fair. I've been doing strength training and running. I'm trying to strength train 5 to 6 times a week, and I'm trying to run 4 times a week. So just a combination of both. And Saturdays and Sundays are normally wiped out. This week it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, because it was just such a big wedding. So I'm going to go run this evening. Mike and I are going to start adding some weights into our strength training, and we've got 2 weeks left. Let's just see what we can do. My goal was to get into the next stone category, which right this second leaves me 9 pounds to lose in 2 weeks, which I think is an unrealistic expectation. When it was £6, like I felt that was a bit more achievable, but at £9 in 2 weeks is, I don't think, possible. But for me, this is not about the number on the scales. It is much, much, much more about feeling, and my body feels so different. I don't know if you've watched the wardrobe video, but I will link it in the corner. I never know which corner. I'll link it in the corner, and you can take a look, because the difference of some of the clothes that I was wearing and the difference in the stuff that now fits that didn't fit before, the silver dress that I talk about, all of that stuff, just is it that solidifies the feeling of my body changing, my building my relationship with myself, becoming the coolest person I know, and full main character energy, romanticize your life, like all of that stuff that I am trying, and I think succeeding at most of the time, to embody through this journey is happening. And I think that's a bigger win than the number on the scales. I feel so much fitter than I have done in such a long time. I'm literally running for like, and it's like a minute and a half at a time, but I'm still running for 6 times 1.5 minutes, which for me is insane. Yeah. I have a friend with me in the gym today.
Hey.
Hey, it's hot in here. It's hot. Let's see.
Dirty as hell.
Yeah, it's filthy. Let's see how we go with the shin splint situation today. Gonna just talk to you while I finish this bit. I'm like full body sweating. Oh, it must be like 30 degrees in here as well. Mike's gone. He bailed. He literally bailed. But today was hard. I can't tell you it wasn't hard, because it was hard at talking and walking, and I have zero balance as a human. But I think I have to remember something that I have not run since I was at school. And what's that, like, I don't even know how many years ago, a long time, 18 years probably, since I've last done any form of running. And even then, like, I was the girl in PE who would write fake sick notes and hide in bushes and just flunk out and do every single thing possible to not have to do PE. It is what it is. These things are going to take time. And running in a sauna, also not a vibe. Okay, this is my last running update before I finish this video. Mike tumbled right in my sports bra. Now it's shrunk a bit. Haven't been feeling it as much, but I think that's standard behaviour when you start something new. It's always like, oh, let's go, it's new, it's exciting, yada yada yada. And then when it comes to actually doing it, it doesn't, like, longer term, you get bored, basically. Don't know what that banging is. Really like the app that I'm using because it optimised my running because I was having a bad day, so I found it really difficult. So I told it I found it difficult, and it made the next one easier rather than moving me straight down the line of the harder one. So let's see how today goes. I'm gonna train after this with Mike, also just some weights. I actually started adding weights into my HIIT, so it's basically dumbbell HIIT, I think. Well, it's Metcon. It's called Metcon. I don't even know what that means, but that's what I'm doing. And then we actually go to Ibiza. Today is Thursday. We go on Tuesday. This video for you is coming out on Sunday, so in a few days. Hence why this is my last one, so I've got to get it finished. I'm going to, when we're in Ibiza, buy a yoga mat. We're going to both buy a yoga mat. I don't want to take it over because that's going to take up so much luggage space, but it can come back with my mum because she's driving when she comes back. So it can come back with her, and it just means we have an extra yoga mat each, which is a good thing. And the hotel has a gym, so am I going to run? Don't know. Not going to commit to anything right now. Definitely going to walk a lot. So there we go. Okay, I'll see you on the other side, and probably going to finish this video in a second. I'm actually really struggling with the couch to 5k thing because my legs just don't work. Shin splints, my feet hurt, my knees were hurting today, so instead I did high intensity walking tread workout with the Fit app, which I actually preferred, so I'm probably going to do that again. Coming at you from the office. Today is Saturday. We go to Ibiza we fly on Wednesday, but we drive to Gloucestershire on Tuesday. Thought I would end the video on a bit more of a positive note. Like, I've edited it now, so I know what goes on. And we started this video super positive, talking about romanticising my life and how happy that makes me. We moved into food and how well we're doing with that, and how good food is making me feel at the moment, and how I now understand the triggers. I know what my body does and doesn't like to eat, and it's just a learning experience. Then we moved into movement. I actually feel really positive about the movement that I've done this year, and not even this year, probably since we probably started exercising when we got back from Tenerife. So let's say we've done a month, just over a month of exercising at this point. And I'm sure if I went back to a month at the start of my whole weight loss journey, this year, I would have still felt the kind of resistance and negativity to it that I still probably feel to movement right now. But overall, I feel a huge difference in my body. I feel great. I feel fitter. I can walk faster and longer than I could before. My whole body just feels a lot more capable than it did at the start of this movement situation. I have not hit my goal that I set myself in February to get to a certain weight amount before we went to Ibiza. I am probably 8 pounds off that goal, but I have lost over 4 stone, which feels incredible. I'm probably 3 stone down from what I was in Ibiza last year, and like I said already, this journey is not for me about the number on the scales. So I am not punishing myself. I'm not feeling bad. I'm not feeling guilty. I'm not feeling anything. I am feeling pure gratefulness and joy and pride at myself for getting to the lowest weight since 2012 before going back to Ibiza for, I keep saying 6 weeks, I think it's 5.5 weeks actually, but we'll go with 6. we hadn't booked our flight home, and now we've booked our flight home. We've had to come home a few days earlier than anticipated because the flights basically stop coming home. The cheap flights stop coming back to Bristol. So from the end of October, we booked a day earlier because the day after the flights were like 4 times the price. So we were like, we'll just sacrifice a day. It's okay. Very, very, very excited to go. I don't know if I've mentioned actually, but I'm going to be trying to record my little mini films a lot more than I have been doing. I'm going to dedicate the time that I'm there to creativity. So I'm very much looking forward to it. I also had my hair coloured today. I'm not sure if you can even tell, but this, before I used to have a balayage, but this time I've gone coloured all the way to the top. Obviously it still looks a bit balayagey because, ooh, that's a vibe, this front bit. But obviously this bit here hasn't had as much bleach on it as they said, because I've probably had this balayage like 4 times now. But it looks so, so beautiful. I adore it. I really, really hope you've enjoyed this video. I feel, like I said, incredible, and I'm so excited to go. I have felt a bit of a nervous energy because we're going away for a lot longer than I've ever been away for anywhere before, but I'm still very excited, nervous. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you next week. I think I'm going to do a delay on the videos, so probably like a 4 or 5 day delay on the videos, which gives me time to edit them, and if I need to work, because I'm doing 2 weeks of not working and then 4-ish weeks of working from Ibiza, so on work days I might not always have time to edit, so I thought I'd do a bit of a delay, which means I can keep myself caught up. So I will see you next week from Ibiza. Please like and subscribe, like I said, and I hope you have a great week.